afternoon and welcome to Consumer Analytics on Consumer TV. This is where all we do on this program is based on consumer preference, consumer survey, consumers' reality, and consumer narrative. I welcome you to the Monday edition of Consumer Analytics this week on Consumer TV. I am Iri Ayomikuleke. A pleasure afternoon to you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Consumer Analytics. This is another edition of a beautiful topic we're going to be talking about today on Consumer Analytics. As you all know, we do it very big in the studio when it comes to Consumer Analytics. This is primarily based on consumer-oriented program. Everything we talk about here is consumers' voice. We don't alternate it, and we don't put Maggi, we don't put salt. We just come here and give you authentic reaction and people's view on products that actually cut across all sectors in Nigeria. I'm Kikelamo Ajibola, and for you just joining us on Consumer Analytics, stick with us because this is a very beautiful show. And also follow us across our social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Consumer TV, and on YouTube, Consumer TV. Subscription is very free. Drop your comment when you're done so that we can know your view on the particular product we'll be talking about today. Welcome to the show.
Right, well said by Kikelo Majola. It's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Now, talking on reality and fact, we have several popular malts because malt is what we'll be talking about. We're diving into the malt industry, and we have several popular malt brands that are, available in Nigeria. We have a lot, we have Maltina, we have Malta Guinness, we have Amstel Malta, we have Dubic Malt,
we have iMalt,
we have iMalt,
we have Express Malt, we have a lot of malt actually. We have Better Malt.
We have Better. I'm talking about iMalt. What happened to iMalt?
I don't understand.
While growing up, it used to be something we all loved. I loved it then because when Maltina was on the higher side, I think it was being sold. The bottle one was sold for 16 naira then.
Yeah,
the portable.
They call it
Okay, the portable bottle was sold for.
When they want to insult people that are short, they'll say, Maltina.
So the portable one was sold for, at 16 naira while growing up. So what happened to iMalt?
I don't know. And iMalt was a really, really good malt.
It was a really good malt.
I think it's still around, but it has been kind of rebranded now. I also know of Grand Malt. It wasn't really something. It's not really common. Better Malt, I think Better Malt is of the lower price. So it's out there also more than Better iMalt. So iMalt, I don't know what really happened to iMalt. I can't really say, but I know Maltina and Malta Guinness are still just like ever, because Maltina is like the first. I think that's the first brand of malt in Nigeria.
And it's still in the sector. People are still demanding for it on a higher purchase. So this earlier mentioned malts are among the most prominent malt, and some other brands like iMalt, you said. We have Better Malt as well. And Nigerian breweries has 5 different flavors and brands of malts. Most people wouldn't know, but if you are so keen about taking malt, you would know. They have Malta Guinness. They have a lot of rich flavor and beautiful brands. They have Malta Guinness. They have iMalt. They have Maltina, which is the oldest malt drink in Nigeria. And it is produced by Nigerian breweries known for its rich and flavorable taste with options like pineapple and vanilla variants. I've not tasted the vanilla.
I've tasted the pineapple before. I think I will stick with my normal malt actually.
Okay, so you aren't a fan of the vanilla or no, the pineapple?
I've said it countless of times on this. My taste board is not. I don't like switching from what I've known from the beginning. So I think once I like something, it's very hard for me to switch back to another thing. So I've tasted the pineapple. I've not tasted the vanilla before, but the pineapple malt is quite common. So I've tasted that one before, but I would prefer my Malta Guinness. Okay,
so bringing it close to the consumers right now, Nigerian breweries, like I said, that's Maltina. They have Amstel Malt as well. That's another Nigerian.
Very popular too.
Of course it is popular. It's another Nigerian brewery product available in both regular and low sugar version. And of course, it's a very beautiful one. They have Dubic Malt too. Yeah, Dubic Malt is produced by Guinness Nigeria. We have iMalt, a high quality malt drink, fortified with vitamins.
That's the thing with
they have a lot of, and they have Malta Gold.
Yeah, Malta Gold. That one too came with the small bottle.
The small bottle, the portable bottle. It's
true.
A brand by Nigerian Breweries. And, you know, we have some other brands like Better Malt, known for its nourishment and essential nutrients with a 60 kcal per 100 millimeter serving. Of course, there is Grand Malt as well. Talking about Grand Malt, it was once a popular, you know, a malt drink in...
I don't think I've ever tasted Grand Malt.
I tasted it. That was...
But I've seen it before.
Of course, it was people demanded it, consumer wanted it.
It was quite different from every other.
It was, it was not the regular.
The look was quite different, yeah.
So we also have Zag Energy Malt, an energy drink with malt fortified with vitamins and, you know, a lot of things there. So when we are talking about malts, because we have to talk about the ingredients.
Yes.
In reference to malt, because, you know, we even get to that aspect. A lot of people think malt is just stands in for, you know, blood tonic and all of that. We are going to get there, but malt is primarily made from cereal.
Yes.
Yeah, grains, and mostly commonly and is made with wheat as well. And grains like oats and even rice can be used in the making of malt.
Bailey is actually primarily used in alcohol drinks. So I think that's why malt is actually like something that is really growing among other countries apart from Nigeria also. Bailey is something that they use to create alcohol. So, but they were able to do it in something that can be non-alcoholic. So that's why malt is like as a higher consumer market, because of the fact that what you can get in alcohol, you will get it in malt, but without the alcohol infused together. I think that's very, very clever of them actually.
And, you know, because based on research, and I'm talking about depth research about making malt, you know, the steps involve grains in water, allowing them to germinate under controlled conditions, and then drying them. This process modifies the grains and natural starches and protein. So malt itself is highly rich in protein, creating a sweeter, more nutritious product. So on Consumer Voice today, on Consumer Voice, I beg your pardon, our reporter was on the street to seek people's opinion about their most preferred malt. Like we do on this program, all we do on this program is not based on our own opinion. It's all centered on consumers' decision, the survey being done by them, the research, their choice. That's the word, their choice, because, you know, you cannot force a product on the consumer. The consumer dictates for themselves. You cannot dictate for the consumer. So that's the word. And about this, Harry Potter was on the street, you know, to seek people's opinion about their most preferred malt brand drinks. Let's see what we have there.
Consumers, I am so excited because it's another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be getting consumers to pick their preference over different brands, over different leading brands in Nigeria. And today is not different. I am on the streets of Lagos to get people's preference on malt. Malt's the Nigerian favorite drink. But which one does this for Nigerians? Which one has the best taste, the best quality, and the most quantity? So come with me as we find out. So, do you like taking malt?
Yes.
Which one?
I love Otago.
Which malt do you prefer taking?
Amstel malt.
So do you take malt?
Yes, I do.
Which one do you prefer taking?
Amstel malt.
So do you take malt?
Yes, I do.
Which one do you prefer taking?
Malta Guinness.
I love Amstel.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm fine.
So do you like taking malt?
Yeah, I do.
Which one?
Amstel malt.
Which one do you like taking?
Amstel malt.
Why do you take malt?
Yeah, I do.
Which one do you like taking?
Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness.
Why Malta Guinness?
Amstel.
Yeah, so do you take malt drink?
Yes.
Which one do you like taking?
Malta Guinness.
Why
Malta Guinness.
Why
Amstel
malt?
malt.
I'm still on the streets of Lagos, and we've heard what the consumers have to say concerning malt drink. They have given us their preference, and we already have a winner for today. As you already know, consumer voice matters, and that is why we go to the street to get people's preference on different products. And like I always say, this is not a show to criticize brands, but to only make them put in more effort and improve their products for consumers. And our winner for today is Amstel Malta. The people have chosen Amstel Malta as the best malt for them. And until next time, I am Matilda Omenai. Bye for now.
That's a very beautiful one there, Matilda Omenai, reporter. Keep up with the good work. That's a survey from the consumers sticking on their choice, their preference, and according to what was done out there, they're sticking on the brand Amstel malt. Okay, talking about that, because if we are to look at consumers' choices, it varies. And in the perception of malt, malt brands can differ from each other based on the several key ingredients and factors. All these things put together, the end product make consumers, decide which brand they're keen into. And to the consumers out there now, here are some of the main ingredients and characteristics that can make a malt brand distinct. In making of malt, we have something that is used, grains.
Yes.
And according to research made, we're told that there are types of grains. Yes, and that we have the barley, like you just said earlier on, and some brands use a higher proportion of barley malt, which can impact a rich and malty flavor. Stuff like that. And the one that has a higher tendency, people would think it's quite rich, and even people would prefer it compared to the other brands as well. And there are some other grains too. Some brands might use a blend of grains like barley, wheat, or rice. A lot of things contributing to different flavor and profiles about this. Talking about it as well, we have the roast level. All these things, a lot of people do not know, and all these things are the key ingredients that are all joined together, in making, a malt out there. In reference to this, if you would, stand on the consumer's opinion, why would you think? Because you already said earlier on that you're not a fan, or you don't like Maltina. It's based on your choice because everybody is a consumer. So why do you think people, are opting for Amstel malt compared to other brands?
I didn't really see a difference actually.
Okay.
It was like just one difference from what consumer said, because I feel like I heard a lot of Malta Guinness, Amstel malt, Malta Guinness, Amstel malt, Malta Guinness. I think it was quite a few people that said Maltina, maybe like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, Maltina wasn't much.
Maltina,
I was expecting Maltina to people, consumers should opt for Maltina, but I don't know why.
I don't know. For me, I understand why people will not opt for Maltina. Not because they are bad people. Everybody have different taste buds.
Yeah, we have our preferences.
We have our own preferences. But I don't like Maltina. Not that I don't like it, but if there is a malt in the market that I'm supposed to take and it's only Maltina left, I would rather opt for something else. I'm not a fan of the smell. It's very strong. And it's kind of have an after bitter taste, which almost all malts should. But Malta Guinness doesn't have that after bitter taste, It is very good. And quite surprisingly, when I checked the ingredients, Malta Guinness has less sugar compared to all other malts. And then it is sweeter. So I don't understand how they were able to achieve that. But maybe when we get to that part listing out the ingredients and the amounts that they use in making these things, maybe then we'll get to that point, we'll break it down more. But Amstel malt is quite a good malt, and I think it's one of the is kind of more pricier than both Maltina and Malta Guinness. I think Amstel malt is quite pricier.
All right, talking about consumers' choice, their preferences about because when it comes to all these things, we have to let the consumer, we have to let them know the reason why even though the Nigerian brewery are making like 5 different brands and flavor of malt, but the tastes are still
very different.
So we need to tell them what is in bottle that makes all these brands different. After mentioning about the Bailey, talking about we have different, so some purchase of the higher one, while some purchase the lower one.
Yes.
I wouldn't know. It would have been more interesting if one of the officials tell us why some people stick for the higher the higher proportion of Bailey and why some go for the lower one. Maybe they would have explained better. Maybe it's cheaper, I wouldn't know. Or maybe it's for...
Or maybe because of how they want their malt to taste also. Maybe that's why.
All right, so we're talking about the roast level too. Talking about the roast level in making malt, we have the light roast. Some malts are lightly roasted. This results them in a sweeter and more subtle flavor. So I guess Amstel malt might fall because you said after it does not.
No, it's Malta Guinness doesn't have any bitter taste.
Malta Guinness, rather.
It doesn't have strong smell. It doesn't have. It's very sweet. Not like sweet that it's kind of nauseating, because when people some things are very sweet. No, it's not like it's sweet like
it's
Fanta,
like neutral.
But it's very neutral. It smells very, very, very good. So I think, I don't know. But
all right, talking about leaving about the light roast, we have something that is.
I actually think Martina falls under the dark roast.
You wouldn't. Okay, talking about the dark roast, like she said, these others might be more heavy. Roasted, giving a deeper and more robust flavor with a note of chocolate or caramel ingredient inside it. I guess you're right about that.
I think so.
And talking about malt as well, we have something that is called malt extraction. Most people wouldn't know, but research made it known from the manufacturers, or let me use the word producers. That talking about the malt extraction process, this has to do with mashing temperature, the temperature at which the grains are mashed, and this can affect the fermentability and flavor of the malt. What we are saying is just to let consumers know that there are what's the word now, that there are ways to make this malt.
It's actually not easy.
Yes, and because let's use Nigeria Brewery for an example now. They're producing 5 brands of malt. So, to make, it takes a whole lot of work to make this, different from this taste, from A to differ from B different from C different from D and E. And if you are not so keen, that if you don't know much about this industry, you will think maybe they are from different manufacturers, not knowing that a same industry is producing 5 products, which takes a whole lot of research and a whole lot of difference to make it taste and look different to people there. And talking about that as well, we have the brewing techniques. The brewing techniques, the manufacturers can explain better on it, but we have to let you have an ideology and a proper understanding about this. This has talking about the different brand. They use unique brewing techniques such as the cushion, mashing or infusion, which can influence the final product. And as well, we have the flavorings. Talking about the flavorings as well, you were saying something that you would not opt for, maybe banana or vanilla. You will stick for the normal one.
The normal malt.
Is it that while taking it, you do not feel the desirable flavor? Because there are some.
I feel like I'm used to the normal malt. I don't explore my taste buds. I'm not someone that explores my taste buds, so I think I'll just stick to the normal malt. So yeah.
Right, talking about the flavors and the additives, talking about the natural flavor, some brand might add a lot of natural flavorings, like vanilla, caramel, or fruits to just create a very distinct and a very beautiful profile or a different product. There are some malts that have spices and are herbal. Other might incorporate spices or herbs to give their malt a very unique twist. And the sweetness level too is something we need to talk about.
Yes.
You said Malta Guinness is quite of some people it might be people are sensing in the same reasoning. That is why they're choosing Malta Guinness, because
Malta Guinness is actually very sweet. I love it. I love the taste. I love the smell. Everything about it is very good. Actually, Malta Guinness is really, really good. So I don't know.
So the sweetness level too, of course, we have the sweet versus the dry one. The level of sweetness can vary, between brands with some offerings. Some can offer you some sweeter malt, and some can provide a drier taste, which all these are meant to be put in consideration, and why consumers are choosing all these things. We're saying this out so that consumers can know that, okay, this is the main reason why I think I'm sticking to Amstel malt. I think I'm sticking to I malt. The process whereby all this malt undergoes, the processing are different.
Yes.
Yeah. So the nutritional content too is something we need to talk about. Malt is very rich in vitamins.
Yeah,
it's highly rich in vitamins, and you're very right, and minerals. And some brand might fortify their malt with additional, vitamins and minerals, appealing to the health conscious of consumer. Is that why most health workers, maybe when somebody is short of blood, or maybe when somebody is...
I feel like maybe because of the energy boosting, and also it helps regulate the blood level, the herbs inside of it, and I think vitamin B6 and vitamin B12 also, and also the I think it has some kind of fiber also in it.
So yeah, it has fiber as well. Yeah,
I think
and it has vitamin B.
Most malts are rich in iron, and iron is good for the blood regulation. So I think, yeah.
Okay, so the calorie content too is something we should talk about. They differ from each other. The calorie content of this A malt is different from Amstel, is different from Malta Guinness, and all of that. Talking about their calorie content, it differs from each other. With some brand might offer you a lower calorie options, and some might give you a very higher one. Then the production method. I said something about the processing. The production method differs from each other. They undergo from same manufacturer, but the process whereby Amstel, I malt, Maltina, the process whereby they are being produced differs from each other. We have the traditional versus modern. Some brands might adhere to traditional brewing method, while others might use more modern industrial processes. The quality control too is something we need to talk about. The level of quality control and the standard followed can also differentiate brands together. That is why you would see most of the consumers tell you, just like you did now, you said you prefer Malta Guinness, talking about the quality and the control about it, because you've variously, I would say, you've tasted all the main prominent malts.
Yes, I have actually.
So you would have known that, okay, this is best for you, and that is what consumers too are always doing as well. Then the brand identity and marketing too is something beautiful, because talking about branding is very, very important, because branding is one of the end products when it comes to a brand. It makes people patronize you. It's such of a marketing techniques. All these things, of course, are put into consideration, and most people would want to scale out or opt for one brand superior to another. So before we slide to the next edition to the yes, so please, can you, based on you, can you tell me what do you aside from Malta Guinness, if not Malta Guinness, what is doing the job for you?
I think it's just Malta Guinness, actually. I think it's just Malta Guinness for me. I don't think I like any other malts. Yeah, so I think that's it.
Okay, all right. So now let's move to Resolution Box. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
At Consumer Alert TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at Consumer Alert TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our Consumer Alert brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at Consumer Alert TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, Consumer Alert TV, our Instagram page, Consumer Alert TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Consumer Alert TV. At Consumer Alert TV, you deserve to be heard. At Consumer Alert TV, you deserve to be heard.
All right, my name is Korede Peters, and I am a product manager. So this is a very innovative idea, and first off, everybody is a consumer, and so this is the voice of the consumer, and this is the voice that is going to be heard. For the first time, the consumers in this country are going to be able to express their ideas and to get to know your rights, to know what belongs to you. And it's going to change a lot of branding. It's going to change a lot of things, because everybody knows that we're not just getting things out for the consumers. The consumers have a right to accept. You know, as they say, the customer is always right. So the customer is the consumer, and the consumer is always right. So, you know, when there is control, when there is feedback, there is bound to be change. So so I said, I'm a product manager. When you develop products, sometimes you believe you know what the users want, and through different kinds of surveys. But when the users actually get the product, they can tell you their mind, how the product is, their feeling about the product. So it's good to definitely change how products are being designed, how services are being given to people, because you can get a feedback, and that feedback can make or mar a company, you know, and everybody wants to have good feedback. So it's definitely going to change the behavior of people that make products. One very good thing is information. Information is power. So the consumer is going to get way more powerful. The voice of the consumer will be heard, the opinions of the consumers will be heard, and that opinion will shape how products and services will be made in this country going forward. Be on the lookout. You are now in charge. Several things coming your way through this station. I'm very excited about it. The things he's already brought out, and there will be many more things. But the bottom line, the consumer is now in the driver's seat. So Consumer Alert TV, thank you for this innovative work. You're going to keep evolving, and just follow the consumers. The consumers will lead you to what they want, and that's how it's supposed to be, always. You're going to have different types of consumers, and you're going to pander to the different needs, but you're going to be making consumers very, very powerful. So thumbs up, keep up the good work. My name is Korede Peters. Thank you very much.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
Consumer Hala TV.
At Consumer Hala TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at Consumer Hala TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our Consumer Hala brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and a lot more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at Consumer Hala TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, Consumer Hala TV, our Instagram page, Consumer Hala TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. Consumer Hala TV. At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard.
At Consumer Hala TV, you deserve to be heard.
Good afternoon and welcome to the section of Consumer Analytics. This is the resolution box on Consumer Hala TV. You can see I'm with the full team. I'm Ria Yomikunleke. Good afternoon. Team, good afternoon on the program.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and so good to join you at this. I mean, it's so beautiful to know that when it comes to drinks, and malt is that drink that almost everybody just prefers taking this period, and you know, over the years, and it has become like an household thing.
Yeah, especially during festive periods.
Even at functions sometimes,
yes.
and considering the fact that for people who don't like alcoholic drinks,
yes,
they just prefer to take it, and especially when it's chilled and all that. So, I mean, I really enjoy taking malts anyway.
Okay.
And sometimes, people, you know, there's something with Nigerians, just like when it comes to brands generally. Well, you hear people say, I want to buy Maltina. And they don't necessarily mean that
malt,
particular brand. But bad because it's just like
Maggie. I want to buy Maggie. I want to buy
I want to buy Pampers.
I want to buy Pampers.
So some don't even like malt.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's just so good to like educate people to know that okay, it's not just
there are different brands. Maltina has its own brand. Malta Guinness has its own name. Dubuque malt, I malt, Express malt, you know, Betan malt, a lot of Amstel malt, a lot of different types of malts out there. Trust me, and they are very, they are there in a lot of varieties. So if you're a malt lover just like I am, I think I prefer malt other than
I was going to say that because I was just looking at your lips, the way you just mentioned all those brands. I was like, it's like you know almost all brands.
I love malt actually because malt sometimes fill the gap of alcohol, just like you say.
Exactly.
It has that tinginess at the back of the throat that you're tasting something that you know, but it's not alcohol, and it's very, very beautiful because it is the content that they use. We all know that alcohol is also a fermented. It's a fermented product. Now they are doing malt also. That is a fermented product and also has barley that they use in making alcohol, but it is not an alcohol drink. So it is a very, very beautiful concept, and different types of tastes are out there that you know is very, very nice. So when you talk about malt, what's your preferred malt brand?
I was actually going to that because I think I like Maltina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you like Maltina?
I just like. Because for me, honestly speaking, if you were to put Maltina, Amstel, Malta, everything in a cup, and I drink, I don't know the exact one you've put. I might not be able to say which one is this.
Really?
Yeah,
Malta,
exactly.
That's the thing.
Because for me, I think everything is the same.
It doesn't taste the same.
For me, I think it tastes the same. I've tasted Amstel Malta.
No, I've tasted all brands of malt, like almost all brands. I don't think they taste the same. Does malt taste the same to you?
You both have spoken so well. It has a different taste.
It does have different taste.
Yeah, the taste varies from each other.
Yes.
This is a Resolution Box on the Consumer Hala TV. The program is just getting started, and please, on Resolution Box, this is where you can call and be part of the program by sharing your narrative or deal. If you're feeling any dissatisfaction about any brand, aside from the content we're bringing to the table, please feel free to call the big numbers displaying on the screen. And of course, we're here to hear your narrative out. Today on the program, we will talk about the new trend. We have a lot of things to talk about, talking about malt, but let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for still being there with us on Resolution Box on Consumer Hala TV. This afternoon, if you're just joining us, the Resolution Box is based on consumers calling in to tell us about that sector or that industry they are feeling any dissatisfaction about. Please, so if you're feeling one right now, the numbers displaying on the big screen. And if you want to contribute to the content we're bringing to the table about malt, you want to tell us your ordeal about, your narrative about it, your favorite malt, just call the numbers displaying on the big screen. Those are the numbers, the only valid ID card for you to be on the show this beautiful afternoon. And for those who are just joining, or you're just joining us on the program this beautiful afternoon, a reporter, Matilda Omenai, was on the street to seek people's opinion, consumers' opinion, I must say, about their favorite.
Consumers, I am so excited because it's another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on Consumer Hala TV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be getting consumers to pick their preference over different brands, over different leading brands in Nigeria. And today is not different. I am on the streets of Lagos to get people's preference on malt. Malt's the Nigerian favorite drink. But which one does this for Nigerians? Which one has the best taste, the best quality, and the most quantity? So come with me as we find out. So do you like taking malt?
Yes.
Which one?
I love Otago.
Which malt do you prefer taking?
Amstel Malt.
So do you take malt?
Yes, I do.
Which one do you prefer taking?
Amstel Malta.
So do you take malt?
Yes, I do.
Which one do you prefer taking?
Malta Guinness.
I love Amstel.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm fine.
So do you like taking malt?
Yeah, I do.
Which one?
Amstel Malt.
Which one do you like taking?
Amstel Malt.
Why you take malt?
Yeah, I do.
Which one do you like taking?
Malta
Taking.
Guinness.
Why?
Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness.
Why Malta Guinness?
Amstel.
Yeah, so do you take malt to drink?
Yes.
Which one do you like taking?
Malta Guinness.
Why malt?
Malta Guinness.
Why
Amstel
malt?
Malt.
I'm still on the streets of Lagos, and we've heard what the consumers have to say concerning malt drink. They have given us preference, and we already have a winner for today. As you already know, Consumer Voice matters, and that is why we go to the street to get people's preference on different products. And like I always say, this is not not a show to criticize brands, but to only make them put in more effort and improve their products for consumers. And our winner for today is Amstel Malta. The people have chosen Amstel Malta as the best malt for them. And until next time, I am Matilda Omenai. Bye for now.
That was a very beautiful one there by Matilda Omenai. You did a beautiful and a great job right there. Welcome back. This is Resolution Box. So now over to you as a consumer, to the viewers. Of course, feel free to call in the numbers you're seeing on the screen, or you can send us a message via WhatsApp, a line you're seeing on the big screen, and be part of the program. Before we look and talk about some things about malt, talking about the nutrients, because somehow you're into health program, so you're a nutritionist on your
wow, no.
on your own. So
no, I think Mr. Milu has to be in the studio for that, but she's not around today. But like, yes, there are myths about malt. There's some that are true and there's some that are not true. People gyrate towards malt more because of the perception that malt does a lot of things for them. You know, when it comes to the sugar level, you know, when you go to the hospital, they will tell you, go and take malt. So people think it's like a recommendation for them to go and take malt. And it's quite funny that when you look at the content of the sugar compared to, you know, other sodas, malt is quite, it has a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So I quite understand when you say you have low sugar, go and drink malt, because something that will boost up your energy. And when we talk about sugar, there's something we call sugar rush. When you have a lot of sugar in your system, it gives you this amount of energy, that the boost of energy will just come from nowhere, because you have a lot of sugar rush in your system. So malt is a very good factor. I have a story to share. Let me tell you. You know how our mothers can be quite funny. Last year, my mom was really sick, so she was doing home remedy, self-medication, you know. The first time she actually collapsed, I told her that she needed to go to the hospital, you know. But I was like, okay, take malt and let's go to the hospital. Let's go and check your blood level. She was like, no, I did not tell you. They said that if I just carry malt and put tomato paste, you know, and put milk and mix it together, it's only for me to go to the hospital, you know. She was doing that for like 2 weeks. And then it became, like, I'm not saying malt is not, but it is not a nobody has proven it that it can raise your blood level up. It's not a blood tonic. You know, it's just something that is good because it has a lot of herbs in it, so it has health benefits. I'm just sharing this so that people will not think that, oh, you feel like something is wrong with you, then the next thing for you to take is malt. Malt is not medicine. It's a drink. It can have various nutrients, for you, but it's a drink. It's not sufficient enough for you for that aspect than you to go to the hospital when you feel like you're almost dying. So it became worse that, you know, we almost kind of lost her. Then we had to rush her to the hospital. We found out at the hospital that for an adult, our blood level is supposed to be like 37% up. She's like 16% down. In fact, 15% down when we go to the hospital. The person was like, how did this person survive? I'm like, I've told this woman, any small thing, I want to drink malt and tomato paste and milk. Some people even mix, you know, people have, malt is something that people have, it's like an household medicine. People use, I don't know who knows, poro. That red, okay, I think we have a caller in the house. Let's go continue. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear us? Good afternoon. Okay, we lost that caller. So when the person calls back, we'll continue with the conversation. So I think malt has become something that people like taking because they feel like, oh, it provides them with blood, regulates their blood. Yeah, it does regulate because of the soluble fibers that is rich in malt. Yes. So I was trying to say that. Okay, I think we have the caller again. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Am I on the Consumer TV?
Yes, please. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is calling from Ibadan.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah, I want to talk about my preference about Martina.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of it. I love its rich, smooth flavor, and I find it sweet and refreshing.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice.
So what brand exactly do you like? Is it Maltina, Malta Guinness, or Amstel Malt, or which one?
Amstel Malt.
Amstel Malt, okay, that's really good. Why do you really like Amstel Malt compared to others?
Because of the taste.
Okay.
It's not too sweet and it's not too bitter.
Oh, okay.
So everything is just minimal.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. So you don't have any if you don't see Amstel Malt, what else would you take in the malt sector?
For me, okay, I don't take Guinness is okay too. But I still prefer Amstel Malt. So I still manage Guinness.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, okay. Thank you very much for calling the show this afternoon. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
So another caller said they like more Amstel Malt, and if they don't see Amstel Malt, they would go for Malta Guinness. Well, this person said they prefer, like they don't really wanted, they didn't want to say Malta Guinness, but they were like, okay, if I don't see Amstel Malt, I think Malta Guinness will do it for me also, which I really
so what's your preferred brand?
Malta Guinness, actually. I like Malta Guinness because it doesn't have a strong smell compared to other ones, and it tastes very natural.
And I think it's kind of thick compared to...
That's the thing, and then the thing is that
Amstel Malt is kind of lighter.
Amstel Malt and Maltina are very light, but Malta Guinness is very thick, and the thing is that it doesn't contain the amount of sugar that the rest contain, because during the research, Malta Guinness has lower sugar, although maybe like just 5% lower, but at least that's something. And then it's still one of the sweetest. It tastes it's not like very sweet, it tastes very natural. It doesn't have any funny smell. I think that's why I like Malta Guinness. But let's move away from that back to what I was saying about the health concerns when it comes to drinking malt. So I think I told the doctor, I told her that she should stop taking malt. You know, she would use malt. She would do ugu. People do ugu,
a lot of
ugu and
they
milk.
even mix it with egg.
Yes, just because they feel like that was what's going to give them the boost of sugar, and it can't do that for you. But let's check what this thing talks about when it comes to regulating the health. It actually works for the digestive and health. It helps regulate the bowel movement and can alleviate constipation. It also helps with the blood sugar control. It slows down the absorption of sugar, which can help regulate blood sugar levels. Heart health, very good, can lower cholesterol levels by binding to cholesterol in the digestive system, reducing its absorption. Just like when we talk about the digestive health. So I think this work hand in hand. And also weight management, increased feelings of fullness, which may help in control appetite and reducing calorie intake. You know, when you drink malt is kind of filling compared to soda. Soda is just something that will even make you feel like you want to eat because of the gas. I think people also prefer malt because it is less gassy compared to the other ones. The other ones kind of, turn some people's stomach. And we have sources like oat. Oat is very good for the health. It is rich in beta-glucans, a type of soluble fiber. We have legumes, beans, lentils, and peas are excellent sources. We have fruits. Everybody knows that fruit is very good. We also have the vegetable aspect of it. And also, malts can contain iron supplement in them, iron aspect also, which is very, very good for females. Iron level, because of our menstrual period, we lose a lot of blood, so iron kind of regulates that for us. So I think Malta Guinness is really good. But for me, I think men take malt a lot.
Well,
I
don't know if that is based on statistics.
I don't know, but I think.
But for me, if you ask me, if you ask me, I'll say female. Because,
really?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not based on statistics.
Yeah,
I've seen people around me whenever they want. Men. Now let's look at it. Men tend towards alcohol more.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting that I've seen people who mix alcohol with
malt. Yes.
You understand?
People mix alcohol and malt even with cocktail.
And do you know why? I asked someone one time, I was like, why do you mix alcohol with malt? Like I know alcohol is not so sweet, it's not so sugary, so that adds it to the taste and all of those things. So people have that different reasons, but I've seen more female when I see, because I know someone who sells these drinks. So sometimes maybe I'm just there and people want to buy drinks and they call for malt. It's mostly women.
That's true.
You understand? So I think women take it more.
I would say that.
But this health benefit you mentioned, many people might, because as Nigerians most times we don't even bother to check the nutritional facts or value of things we consume, especially things that go into our system. So most people don't even know. That's why somebody would think in Yoruba term now they say ogun eje.
Yes.
You understand?
What is not ogun eje?
Why growing up? Why growing
Me
up?
too.
My dad would take more hard malt, milk and egg, raw egg.
My own grandma, when you come out from school, I can remember when I was in Julie. When I come out from school immediately, she's giving me malt and milk. Just to replenish your energy that you use from morning to. I'm like, Grandma. It was when I grew older. I'm like, no, this is just sugar. Like, can you tone it down? And they say excessive consumption of something can lead to a lot of issues. Malt has a lot of sugar in it, so consuming it can lead to obesity and also diabetes. So we have to take things in proportion. You can't tell me that because you want to regulate your blood level every day, you want to take malt. You can't tell me that when you get to the hospital they recommend malt for you every time. Maybe they will just tell you that the reason why they will say go and buy a malt is because they want to give you injection and they feel like this will help you feel full. Why don't you just go and take it so that it can replenish your energy? I think that's just the thing. There's nothing so special about malt.
But I would want to ask you, do you think Nigerians still take malt? Because honestly speaking,
Nigeria has the largest market of malt in Africa.
But the price, do you know before it was sold for I think it's like 650, 700, depending on the brand you are buying, 800 naira. Yeah. And if you look at it, by the time I buy one, and I another 800 naira, and I'm just trying to rationalize it.
People drink malt now.
I wouldn't know anyway.
Okay, you both have spoken so well, and about the misconception that people have about malt trying to mix ugu and everything. It's something that I would say it's a generational blessing.
Yes,
it's a generation. It's been passed from one generation to another. Our parents adapted to it, and they passed it to us. But thank God for exposure. We now know better that all these things are not very good when it comes to blood. They are not blood tonic, rather. They are just a booster. We can use the word a booster, not blood tonic. And in reference to what you said, malt drinks in Nigeria and Africa are rapidly gaining popularity, driven by changing consumer preferences and health trends. Despite limited attention in the global report, a malt drink from a significant part of the non-alcoholic beverage industry across the continent, Africa, especially markets like Nigeria and Egypt, and they imagine as a very strong hold for these beverages. Innovation, competition, and consumer demand continue to shape this exacting market. And that is why today on the program we are delving into the malt industry and also to explore the health conscious consumers and how they are embracing them, talking about the major players leading the market. And of course, according to our consumer voice, we can see that a lot of people is either Amstel malt or Malta Guinness. And we have new flavors too, and the packaging innovations are driving the growth. So Tim, I would like to ask you, why do you think malt drinks are thriving in Africa, especially in Nigeria today? I will start from Ilomfe.
Well, let me say, from my own perspective, I think it's more or less like a cultural thing now.
Yeah.
Because and I'm in Nigeria. If you ask anybody, why do you think you even like someone might be like, I just like it because, like you said, it's like a generational blessing. So people just feel like, okay, because we mix it together, there's if I take it alone,
it's good.
It has a benefit for me,
Yes.
and so it's a cultural thing because even when we go to events,
Yes.
is there hardly would you say any event without them?
Do you
I mean,
have you guys noticed that they only give the high influential people malt in events?
I haven't gone to those.
You don't
events
understand. Like when you
before.
go to your house party, you know, maybe they are doing like a naming ceremony in your house. They'll give the elderly ones malt compared to.
and that was why growing up anyway. But now that I'm adult, I mean, if I
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm just saying that maybe you have like in-laws coming to come and greet you. They would prefer to buy malt for them than drinks.
I agree because I believe that in a way it's
They
just
make
feel
you
like
feel
it's more
it's like
honorable to
like
give
you
you.
know people say bunyi cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they will like now. My younger sister got engaged last month. My mom made it so like that was that's the most important thing. Buy malt for the husband's family, then give the rest of us as if you are not human. We don't deserve to drink malt. So I think malt already has this honorary honorary thing to it. There is a cultural attachment to malt. That malt is something very significant in the cultural aspect of Nigeria. So they prefer to give people of high people. They think, oh, maybe they have chairpersons, you know, chairman, alagadru. They will rather give them malt compared to the
Just
normal people that are attending.
drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing might just be because of the fact that anybody can take malt.
Yes.
Whether children.
Yes.
You know.
I think that's why it is very, very popular in Nigeria also, and it's not only popular in Nigeria, but Nigeria has the largest market of malt compared to
even in
followed
East
by
Africa, Egypt,
followed by
Tanzania.
Egypt actually has more of it. I think because of it is a Muslim country and alcohol is not allowed there. So they just say, okay, let me drink malt compared to when there's no alcohol, so I'll just drink malt. I think that's why Egypt is following closely with Nigeria.
You all are right, but beyond the cultural acceptance, malt drinks appeal to consumer, because they are marketed as something just like you all have said earlier, and the sugary sodas, just like you said earlier on. And this trend, I said it has played a very crucial role in their rise, passing from it. And now for the sake of those who are just joining us on the program, with a reference to talking, okay, hello, we have a call.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost that call. Please do well to we lost that call. Please do well to call back on the program. Talking about the health benefits, Kike Lomo, my girl, you've done so well. She and Derimo Fair, you both are the best team someone could ever have. You said it has fiber, and fiber. A lot of people don't know that fiber helps to regulate the blood sugar levels and can contribute to the heart, health by potentially lowering the cholesterol and the blood pressure. Furthermore, fiber as well can promote a healthy gut microbiome by providing nourishment for beneficial bacteria. Malt drinks are also rich in vitamins like vitamin B6, as well as potassium, folate, which support heart health by helping to lower cholesterol levels as well. So I guess one of the reasons, you said it earlier on that most people, okay, we have a call. We'll get back to that, right? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, is that Consumala TV?
Yes, you're on to Consumala TV. Please, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Theophilus. I'm your regular...
Of course, you are Theophilus. Good afternoon.
Caller. Thank you. And thank you for today's topic.
You're welcome.
Where we are discussing the non-alcoholic beverage industry. Because we're talking about malt. I'd like to share my experience, if that's okay.
Please go on, we are all ears.
Okay, thank you. So first, thank you for educating the consumers. I think you guys are really doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
So the malt industry has been a big one. It's been around for many, many years. And you're right by the analysis you gave of apparent, mistaking it for a drug. I've had similar experience where, my mom, we also use on malt, taking of malt so that the body, it had
Yes.
You know, I mean, particularly I would rather go for an Amstel Malta. You know, an Amstel because I believe that it has low sugar. Truly, I don't have any laboratory check, but from consumption point of view, I could attest to that because I used to take Malta Guinness. You know, and every time I take it, you know, a lot of friends will say, "Oh, I prefer Malta Guinness. I prefer Malta Guinness," but I don't take Malta Guinness. You know, often. But when I take it, I just notice that I start having pains at my back. You know, so I start taking Malta Guinness. But when I take Amstel, all right, I don't feel the pain. So I saw that there must be something in Amstel that is not in Malta Guinness. You know, and when I started it was Martina, but I think Martina, for me, has lost it. Because the idea of taking a fruity malt, in fact, that was when I dropped Martina completely. I started using different flavor, I don't know, pineapple or something, and I just said, well, this is childish. So I dropped, maybe for some people it's different, Martina, particularly Martina. So I think for me, my preference is the Amstel Malta.
Okay.
You know, maybe after that, the Malta Guinness. You know, so, but generally you're doing a great job. I think it's an industry that's going to stay. People move from alcoholic to non-alcoholic, you know, and because they also have some health benefits. So we're not going to see more consumption of malt, and I guess that's why you find a lot of producers or manufacturing having several brands of these, you know, yeah. Thank you for your time and thank you for the great job you're doing.
Thank you so much
All right,
for
thank
the
you,
call.
Theophilus. Please, before we let you go, you chose Amstel and Malta Guinness. So if it is not Amstel and Malta Guinness, for you, what is doing the job? Aside from this.
Well, it is not Amstel. There's another brand that I don't know whether it's also from Nigerian Breweries or, you know, it's not Amstel Malta. I tried, there's another brand called Dibic. I think Dibic and Amstel are those. You know, I think I want to believe that they are less sugar.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Thank you so much. If you have anything to say to Amstel Malt, what will it be? Hello? Okay, still there, but I guess the network issues, we have to let...
I think our callers today just prefer Amstel.
Yeah, for him, Theophilus, a big thank you. He's always calling, you know, he's always listening to the program, most especially Resolution Box and Consumer Analytics. And according to him, you know, this program is not based on our opinion, like I'm always saying. It's based on consumers' preference, consumer choices. It is what they want. You don't force product on consumers.
Yes.
They dictate for themselves. So about him, it says Amstel Malt is doing the job. According to it is what it is. I think most people prefer Amstel. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What is the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chris. I'm calling from Jos.
Sorry, I didn't get Grace, or what did you say the name is?
My name is Chioma, and I'm calling from Jos, Plateau State.
Oh, okay. Chioma, it's nice to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Please, let's have your take on today's program.
Yeah, so when it comes to my brand of malt, right, I love taking Maltina.
Okay.
I prefer Maltina itself.
You prefer Maltina?
Yeah.
Thank you. I've seen somebody. I've seen my family member. Chioma, Imarama, Inugo. I've seen my family member. Please go on.
Yeah.
And why do you, if I would ask you, why Maltina, you know, compared to other brands?
Well, I would say, well, probably because I agree with Maltina, you know. Probably this other one came out later, I don't know, but
yeah, Maltina
that was what they called Maltina.
I'm sure you don't belong to, because most of us did while growing up, but we've adapted out of the system. I'm sure you don't mix ugu and milk into your own Maltina.
Not really, not really.
Not really or no.
That is skeptical. So skeptical.
Not really. Maybe they used to give it to her when she was young. Me, I've drank it before.
Everybody took
my
it.
My mother would tell me, "Yeah, come here. This is your, Thank you so much."
So if you would say something to a Maltina brand right now, what would be the word? A word of encouragement or something?
If you what? If what?
If you would give a word out to Maltina, what would be the word?
I'm sorry, come again.
What word do you have to say to Maltina, to the manufacturer?
Well, they should keep it smooth, keep it crisp, keep giving us whatever they've been giving us for more than 10 years.
So if it is not Maltina, Chioma, one name. So what else is doing the job?
If it is not Maltina, well, if it is not Maltina.
Thank you very much. I like people
one
like
name,
this. I like people like this, actually.
She knows
what she wants.
She says if it is not Maltina.
Then it's not Maltina.
So now I'm happy. Now I'm relieved.
It's because somebody has finally chosen Maltina.
Since morning I have been wondering what is happening. Nobody chose Maltina.
Actually,
nobody chose Maltina. Nobody chose Maltina.
He was thinking maybe Maltina was going to win. I knew that Maltina was going to be one of the least favorites because there's a lot of issues with Maltina.
If we are going to team, let us talk about it right now. It is the first, and so why is it not?
It is the first, yes, but that doesn't mean that there will not be people. There will not be the ones that will come out after it and do better because I already see the children of Maltina.
And again, there are many innovations now.
Yes, now.
And apart from the fact that do you know why you might think it's Maltina? Because sometimes, like I said, people have this generic name for malt.
Yes.
Even if it's not Maltina, they want to buy it.
May not even know maybe they are drinking Maltina or.
No, she might know.
No, I'm just saying that most people will know that maybe they are drinking Maltina or Malta Guinness or anything. But everybody thinks Maltina is Maltina.
So even if they want to buy Amstel Malta or any other brand, better malt, they'll still say I want to buy Maltina. So that's just one thing.
That's one thing about Nigeria.
And yes, I could recollect Tifidos mentioned there that there's this particular brand it takes that you always have back pain.
That's Malta Guinness.
We said it earlier that Malta Guinness is quite sugary. I'm sure.
No, Malta Guinness tastes sugary, but it has the lowest concentration of sugar in it.
I would wonder why all these
we are consumers. We react to a product and brand differently.
If I take Maltina, I feel nauseated because one, it is very bitter. It has a very bitter aftertaste and doesn't smell palatable. The smell is something that sometimes I have. When you're drinking herbs, you have to cover your nose. If I don't have, and then if somebody buy me Maltina, I can actually literally almost but why are you buying Maltina? I'll tell you I will not drink it. But Amstel malt is quite watery. It's too watery for me. I just feel like I don't understand why it's so watery. And it's one of the priciest malt out there, but it's very watery. It doesn't have
Amstel malt.
Amstel malt is very watery. And
I said that earlier.
It doesn't have the kind of bitterness that Maltina has, but it's still a little bit bitter. So I would understand why maybe the older people would want to take Amstel malt. It is at the back of people's head that something that tastes sugary is going to affect you compared to something that tastes bitter.
But talking about quality, like I was trying to say earlier on, because if you look at it, it's kind of watery.
But Malta Guinness has the thickest. I think from me that I've seen actually, Malta Guinness is very thick. This malt too is very thick. Is it Dubic malt?
Okay.
Dubic malt too is very thick. Better malt, I don't know. I don't know about better malt. Better malt is one thing that many people will always have because it's on a cheaper level. Yeah.
All right. Based on research, talking about who is leading the malt drink in the market sector, Nigeria stands out as the largest market for malt drinks in Africa. It accounts for a staggering 74% of the continent's malt, according to figures and beverage sales. A malt drink in Nigeria are more than just a refreshment. They are an integral part of the culinary experience, and these drinks are often enjoyed with traditional meals like jollof rice, fried rice, meat with a population exceeding 200 million Nigeria, and offer a vast market for malt beverages, making it a highly competitive space. Now, Tim, I need to ask you both now, how do you love your malt being served? What recipe do you love your malt being served like now? Tim, I need to ask you guys on this one.
Just let it be
I will start from ladies first.
Just let it be cold.
Cold with what kind of recipe? What kind of food? Is it noodles or?
I don't any drink, any food. I will drink my malt with it. Just let it be cold. Once my malt is cold, I'm fine. Jollof rice or noodles.
But what recipe would you prefer it most with? You know, that blends for you, that does the work.
I don't think I have anything. As long as my malt is cold, my malt can go with anything. As long as I'm not drinking Gary.
Okay, now let me turn to, because it seems here we have a foodie in the house. So okay, up to you now.
Now.
Of course, he is a foodie. Now, up to you. Oh, okay. I would have said it does not do consumer kitchen, but it is what it is.
I'm so actually the foodie. Yeah, that's the
okay,
thing.
so let me ask you. What recipe do you, what recipe suits your own malt? I'm very sure everybody loves it cold.
It has to be cold.
Wait,
though.
that was like when she was saying, that was like I wanted to first. I want to say first, I don't really like chew things.
Yeah.
Normally, people know me. I don't like chew. I can take malt even the way it is. I don't even want it to be cold. I prefer that. Maybe it's just me or there's somebody else like that. But when it comes to taking malt, I think when I was saying jollof rice, I was like, there's still. I don't know. I think there's this flavor it adds to, you eating your jollof rice and you're taking malt, especially when it's not chilled at that point, or you're taking chicken.
Yeah, malt is always very good with, and for me malt is like, I still took malt yesterday. I took my malt.
Yeah, I mean you should be made an ambassador. Yeah,
I drink malt every. I
true.
love malt. Actually, malt is my go-to drink. You rarely see me drinking. I don't know
other beverage drinks and all of that.
I love to drink malt because for me it just says everything. So I can drink my malt with anything. Maybe that's why I don't have a preference, because I'm a very big fan of malt. So like they said, malt.
What brand?
Anyone.
Anyone.
If you want to have an ambassador, I deserve it. I deserve it.
For me, talking about you both have spoken so well, and it's either it's cold, it's either it's warm, it's either it's hot. I don't mind. Anyhow it goes for me. But the combo with jollof rice, or better still, if you see a proper good swallow, fufu is out of the box right now.
I love. Don't be disrespectful. Take it back.
Apologies to people
take it back.
who take fufu.
I love.
I'm talking about a solid meal that is well prepared. Talking about poundo, with vegetable.
Even if you see the advert,
I
think there's always like with jollof rice or swallow.
That's
because
the
it actually tastes very nice.
It tastes actually very nice. For me, malt doesn't taste different. As long as it's malt Guinness, malt doesn't taste different for me. As long as I take it with any food, I love to take my malt, because you know me, you rarely see me buying maybe like some soda. And one of the things is that it's not about being educated sometimes. It's about this perception malt gives. I think malt has this perception that health-wise, it is healthy for you. So that was when I drove into malt. And then I now realized that malt itself contains a lot of sugar. So now I'm not used to malt. I don't understand how I want to leave malt. So it's like that too sometimes. So please always research what you want to take. Just like Remofe said, before you consume anything into your body, don't just believe that, okay, because the advertisers are saying that this is what manufacturers, they want to sell their market out there. So whatever you do, just take it in moderate proportion. Don't take it too much, because it can lead to a lot of health issues actually.
In the market sector, talking about, because when it comes to products, of course, you cannot believe. In fact, competition is allowed. If you are doing a product and you don't have competitors, you're just as good as you are not, in the market. Several brands compete for attention in Nigeria's malt drink sector, including Maltina, Malta Guinness, Amstel Malta, and Grand Malt. And the market features a mix of local and international players, for instance, Heineken, true Nigerian breweries, and they produce Maltina, which is the oldest malt and my favorite malt brand in the country. And of course, Guinness Nigeria, owned by Diageo, offers Malta Guinness. Meanwhile, AB InBev, true international breweries, produce Grand Malt and better malt. But when it comes to this competition, we don't have of course we don't have a say. We cannot just sit down based on maybe what you've seen about friend or two people doing. It's about the survey, and it is what it is. I might be a fan of Maltina, but when it comes to consumer, there is something I'm always tough in my heart, because it is their choice. And in a place where, in a cycle where like 3, 4, 5 people are choosing for are sticking to a particular brand, if are sticking for a brand, if this is your favorite, then trust me, A is still the most sought after brand, because there are reasons
for why they like it.
For why they like it, which was stated earlier on consumer analytics. And before we go, let's look beyond Nigeria's West and Central Africa embrace as they embrace malt drink, while Nigeria leads the malt drink market. There are other African regions which are also embracing these beverages. Malta Guinness, one of the continent's most successful malt drink, was originally launched in Cameroon. And since its inception, it has expanded across 11 countries, including Ghana, Ethiopia, and Mauritius. And in this region, Malta Guinness, enjoys strong consumer loyalty. And of course, thanks to the established brand and the smooth taste. I guess somebody said smooth taste. That was, if I was not mistaken, that was Chioma. She called, and when we asked her that, why is Martina doing the job for you? Okay, well, no, it was when I asked that, we asked her that, if you have one word to say to Martina, what will you say to them? And she said that, keep making it smooth. So the smoothness, I don't know, but since you've been talking about Amstel and Malta, you're not talking about the smoothness. You can see that
No, this is Malta Guinness that you are talking about. Malta Guinness is the one that has smooth taste, not Martina. That you just said
no, I'm talking about, I'm making reference to the reason why. We know when we have...
I said it earlier and I like the taste, that the taste is really good and it smells palatable compared to Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness smells really strong, it tastes bitter for me. So Martina for me tastes really, really good. It's very, very, it's natural.
But is there any more drink that's not so smooth?
No. They used to say
they are all smooth, actually.
I'm saying that, but Malta Guinness for me just tastes more natural. Like I said, I would use the word more natural.
And the reason
natural and actually, it smells like it's just very free, not too much. The smell is not strong compared to other malts.
The reason why I said what I said was that because Chioma used the word smooth for Martina, and that was why I brought in the context and all of that.
Yeah.
And now the program is, of course, we have to, draw the curtain on the program. But before we go, Tim, I will start from Kike Lomo. Please, let's have your concluding remark. What do you have to say to the listeners at home?
When it comes to malt, everybody has their own preference. Just like you said, nobody is imposing anything on anybody. What does it for me may not be doing it for you, and your opinions are very, very valid. This is resolution box where you can call in when we come back to the show, because today we actually have to round up for other things to move forward. Malt is a very good, also it's very healthy. Like we've spoken about a lot of ingredients that are infused in it. When it comes to herbs, B6, B2, vitamin A, vitamin B12, a lot of ingredients are infused in this particular drink that helps people. But don't just think that malt is the alternative sugar control level for you. You need to go to the hospital to check what's going on with your body before you can conclude that, I just want to take malt. And don't be like my mom, please. Don't be like my mom, actually. But malt is one of those drinks that I personally love so much. Malt is a very, very beautiful drink. And I'm not surprised that we have a lot of contending brands out there, a lot of malts out there, but we know the ones that are very prominent in Nigerian market, and they're actually doing very well. I just feel like when it comes to the price, I think it should go down a little bit. 800 naira is very it's far-fetched, like it's too much, but I understand with this ingredient.
From your mouth to God's head.
Please,
who knows? If I would ask you, they should reduce to how much now?
Maybe like
10 naira.
No, maybe like 500 naira.
500.
Yeah.
No, I thought you would say 10 naira.
No, obviously no. But I'm saying that 800 naira is.
Or you should go back to the days we used to buy 16 naira.
I don't mind though if you can go back to 16 naira, but the economy has to go back to that.
Nigeria will be great again. You've heard from nutritionist Kike Lomo. She has said it all about the smooth taste, about the nutrition and all, and she gave her words. Please just stick on it. And now over to you, Irimufe.
I'll just say it has not been scientifically proven that mixing malt and whatever you mix together is now.
Take it alone.
Traditionally proven.
Anyway, so it's added down, and I don't know if it's continuously be added down.
It is like, oh my God.
Just keep taking malt.
And
just keep taking malt with whatever you like it. Probably swallow and vegetables or jollof rice. That's just all I have to say.
Okay, all right. The team, my team, I've spoken so far, best team you could ever have. But she said Amstel Malt is doing the job. So
no, I said Malta Guinness.
Okay, Malta Guinness. What is doing the job for you once again?
Martina.
I mean, I said that
You don't
know that.
you don't have
you don't know anything.
I don't know. But for me, I think I'll still go with Amstel Malta.
Amstel Malta, Malta Guinness.
Yeah, let
right?
me give you the reason before we go. Because I used to watch a show then, Amstel Malta Box Office.
Oh,
so
okay.
I mean that was, and Genevieve. I think Genevieve was one of the ambassadors for Amstel Malta.
You have to like
I just like
Malta
it.
now.
Okay, we have to come to the end of the show. Malta Guinness, I'm calling you 3 times. Akike Lomo is here, make her a brand ambassador. Amstel, Irimofe is here, make him a brand ambassador. And Martina, you know, when we see ourselves, we know that, okay, just use me for brand, ambassador. This is where we have to just drop the pen on the program. A big thank you so much for being and staying with us on Resolution Box and Consumer Analytics. Another beautiful edition of this beautiful and insightful program. We're back on Wednesday. But please do well and make sure and take note that Resolution Box and Consumer Analytics, all we do on this program is not based on our opinion, but it's based on consumer survey, consumer choice, and preferences. I am Hiri Ayomekoleke. Please do well to enjoy and stay tuned for more beautiful updates, a program coming up on Consumer TV. Good afternoon.